Wine and Crime contains graphic and explicit content which may not be suitable for some listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Listening to Wine and Crime, the podcast where three friends chug wine, chat true crime, and unleash their worst Minnesotan accents.
Yes.
And moan.
Just lie on the floor and moan.
That's all I want to do today.
Moaning is so much better than screaming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or working.
Well, it's less alarming, too, to, like, the neighbors.
It's less jarring to, like, your vocal cords.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think generally more effective.
It is soothing. It activates vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically meditating.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, who are we?
Oh, I'm Kenyan, I think.
I'm Lucy, whatever.
I'm Amanda.
Okay, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna do the thing.
Yeah.
This is our fourth attempt to record this episode.
I'm
I've
going to say
lost
fourth.
Track.
We've
Yep.
pushed it off for a couple of weeks
We've
now.
had medical difficulties. We've had vacations. We've had
Internet
technical
problems.
difficulties.
Ugh, it was too windy to record yesterday, quite literally. That was so dumb.
Classic Des Moines. The Windy City.
Oh my God! All right,
The city of
Sunshine
lights.
State.
city of love,
The
Des
city that
Moines.
always sleeps.
I would kill to be sleeping right now.
My friend Sam went to RIT, and when I lived up in Rochester, we'd hang out, and he always called Rochester, New York, the city that always sleeps. And it was so true.
Nothing happened in Rochester after 8 p.m.
Pretty much. Like,
Ghost town.
except like murder. Because
I was gonna say,
it had the highest
crime
crime
rate.
rate per capita in the country, like at the time I was living there. But it was like the
And
sleepiest
you chose
city.
to go make friends off MySpace.
Off of
oh yeah, you like met up with people.
I did. Hi, John.
Those were your choices.
Oh, it was John. Hi, John.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Different
All right.
John, not our
Different
editor.
John. Yeah. Okay, well, today we have a very special gals pick.
Hate it.
Kenyan pick.
I chose it, although now I'm filled with regrets.
All the regrets.
This is the weirdest topic for you specifically to choose.
My case is weird, so
I think I was inspired. I was riding high on
Your viral sport tweet.
my
4 years ago.
my March Madness pick, even though I never filled out a bracket, but I picked a team and they
Said it out
made
loud.
it
It counts.
to the final 2
Oh, did they win?
or final. They definitely made it to the final 4. They did not win, but I
Is it-
was riding high on my intuition.
Is
when I
basketball over yet? It's
I
over,
think-
right?
Yeah, it's over now. Yeah.
Men's basketball, but now women's basketball starts.
No,
doesn't it?
women's
There's more?
women's is also over now.
Oh, okay.
College. I don't know about the NBA.
When is March Madness?
March Madness is over for
That
men's
is
and
March
women's.
Madness.
That was the joke.
I have
Okay.
been watching that HBO show about the Lakers.
Okay.
Why?
It's actually pretty good. It's like a scripted, it's like a funny, like John C. Reilly's in it.
Oh, okay.
You know,
okay.
we haven't gotten to the topic yet. But
Oh,
you
right.
might have guessed it. It's Sportsball
John C. Reilly
Crimes.
crimes.
I wish. Sportsball crimes.
Sportsball Crimes.
Why did we do this?
I don't know. There's an excellent podcast out there called Crime in Sports.
Yes, there
which
is.
you should actually go to if you want any
If you're into that
information.
kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I had to very meticulously alter my Google searches so it wasn't just bringing up their entire catalog and I
Right.
wasn't just picking a case that they've already covered.
Right.
But yeah, they like good for them. They own the first 3 pages of Google
Yep.
on
Great
crime and
SEO.
sports. Yeah,
They
it's
might have
fabulous
covered my
SEO.
case at some point, but I have not heard that episode.
Listen,
so.
other people have also covered JonBenet Ramsey.
Right.
What are you gonna fucking do?
There's only so many cases.
There's
out there.
no such thing as an original thought, okay?
There's really not. Absolutely not.
I'm thriving.
We're doing great. The husband came home the other day and put on golf on the our shared television.
The fucking audacity of that man. Are you
Sit down and
kidding me?
watch it? What is
I
the
was
point?
like, no, sir.
Yeah, you're gonna go to the tiny TV in
Yeah.
the attic.
It's what you have a laptop for, is to watch golf. Well, I watch the home edit on Netflix.
1,000%. Fuck that shit.
It's way more important to watch these random ladies clear out this other random lady's pantry. Okay?
I will say, if Bill came home from work, walked in the house, and put golf on the television, I would call 911. I'd be like, he's a changeling. This is not my husband.
He's having a stroke.
It's either a medical emergency or a body snatcher situation. Just either way, get this man out of my house.
He is
People are
a
gonna-
stranger.
People are going to start speculating because you said husband that you're married.
Oh, we're not married.
Husband in
The royal husband.
emotional toil.
Listen,
royal
the emotional toil. I want to make it very clear that my attention-seeking behavior would not allow y'all to go 8 seconds without finding out I was engaged and getting married. Okay? Please believe me when I tell you, when I say
You all will be the
you
first
will
to
all
know.
before my mother knows because she doesn't pick up her phone.
Planet Earth will be the first to know.
Yes, I promise you will know. I promise. Anyway,
Rest
Bill is a
assured.
changeling. Moving on.
On all this note, this mishmash, sorry guys, what's our wine crime pairing for Sportsball Crimes?
Yo, I just Winc done it again. They are absolute peak perfection. I love Winc Wine Club so fucking much. About to tell you why, but before I tell you why, go join us in the harmony and love that is Winc Wine Club. Head to trywinc.com/gals for $20 off your first box. This is a wine service. It delivers wine to your door. And if you become a member, you get recommendations. You get auto shipping of the wine will just appear at your door and be like, here, you forgot to order this month. Here are things we know you're going to love. We got it. Don't worry about it.
And it's so well packaged. I've never had a broken bottle arrive. I've occasionally gotten an alert that they have been made aware that a bottle broke in transit and they replaced my whole box. Whoa.
Wow. The customer service. Oh, anyway, Winc is amazing. You'll get member pricing. You'll get so many great recommendations. And there are also wines that are specific to a certain region in terms of shipping. So the wine that I'm featuring today, I believe, is only available in 3 states. Minnesota is not one of them.
Okay.
But Wisconsin is, and you'll find out why in a second. So shout out to Andrea, our incredible production manager, Jack of all trades.
Jill of all trades,
superhero, for driving to visit me with this wine that I had to have delivered to her house because it went to Wisconsin, but not Minnesota.
Okay.
This is a partnership with the Green Bay Packers.
Oh my God.
No wonder it wouldn't ship to Minnesota.
Exactly. This is
There'd be a mutiny.
The 2018 leap year red blend. And if you're watching on Patreon at $5 or more, you'll see the label is Packer Green. The twist cap is Packer Gold. There's the Packers logo at the top. The logo. They have featured kind of a collegiate jersey, sort of a fucking patriarchy sweatshirt type typography on the label. Very sportsmanlike. And it is available in a red and a white blend. I have the red blend. It's, it's a 2018 California red. Judging by the shape of the bottle, I'd say it's probably mostly Cabernet. It doesn't tell me, but that's okay. And it's also a California red, so that's a good guess. And this says on the label is just too good. So here we go. He's at the 20, the 10, the 5, the goal line. He's up the wall in loving arms, cradled by family, dressed in green and gold.
The fuck? What?
He's part of the fabric of our team, our city, our history. Introducing Leap Year by Winc, proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
Did they
now
win the
men
thing?
can drink wine too without anyone thinking they're gay.
No!
I added that last.
Oh, my God.
But the rest is just on the label. It's like a poem.
Oh,
He's up
my
the wall, leaping
He's-
into the waiting arms of his
In the
loving
loving
family.
arms, cradled by family, dressed in green and gold.
Gold.
Oh, my
Gold.
God.
He's part of the fabric of our team.
Fucking sports, man. They
You
just
guys-
get so jacked up.
So jacked
it's so
up.
sentimental.
I know.
Juiced.
Well, but
Honestly,
women
I
are too
can't handle the
emotional.
sentimentality of sport.
Yeah, seriously.
That's
give
the
me
most offensive part.
give me an episode of This Is Us over the sentimentality of sports, okay?
Jesus.
Anyway, this is 14.1% ABV.
It packs a punch.
It picks up. It's got an arm on him.
It might make you interested in sports.
It might make you turn on golf.
Calf.
I also took a gummy. You guys, I woke up with a sore
no
throat.
shit.
You don't. I woke up with a really sore throat and I was like, oh, God, it's COVID. So I took a COVID test. Don't have COVID, right? But I was like, I don't really feel like drinking with this sore throat. I'm gonna take a gummy. And now that we're here, I kind of feel like drinking with this sore throat.
No. I'm
So,
gonna. You think on that?
I'm
What
gonna
are you-
recommend that
what
you
are
do.
you gonna do about it? Like, it's a cracker.
Drive
Are
up
we
here and stop me.
Yeah, you're gonna drive here from Louisville. This bottle will be gone.
Oh my God. Okay, well, while I'm at. Cheers.
Wait, I haven't opened it yet. Ready for the crack?
Oh,
Aggressive.
Nice.
I could hear your knuckles crack.
Yeah.
Sounded
along
like
with
bones cracking.
sounds like a sprained ankle.
Drinking out of my Plan Ahead Salt Your Dad Rocks glass, which makes a very hip, cool, and interesting wine vessel. Almost said vesicle.
Okay. All right. Cheers.
Seminal vesicle.
I love Hi Amanda. This is God.
Also, I can't remember a word I just said.
I know. Oh my God. All right,
Green and gold.
Lucy, what is our background? And I pray to God, psych, for Sportsball Crimes.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say there's no psych.
Okay.
And I have a new jar of bones to
Ooh.
shake gently. And these are snake rib bones in a beautiful glass jar. And they were
Whoa.
sent to me by Lindsay from Den of Dermisted.
Oh,
It's skulls, bones, and weird shit, according to their business card.
I
Cool.
love that.
Den of Dermisted. Highly recommend following them on the socials. Also, these are
Wow.
so pretty. I'm just going to gently
Oh,
gently shake.
They sound pretty.
They are. They
Will
are.
you do it one more time?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh my God, that is the most soothing. Will you record me a voice memo later if you're just shaking that?
I will. It's like ASMR.
Thank you.
Snake bone ASMR. I got you, honey.
Oh my,
Uh-huh.
I'm so excited.
Okay. So, no psych, minimal psych. And I did not want to talk about sports today, or honestly, ever. If you want to hear about some sports shit, go back to Golf Crimes. It is
Yeah.
too recent of an
Listen,
episode.
That episode is so good. I love it so much. turn the golf course into a public sex forest.
Oh, God, I forgot about that. It's like a full political campaign.
I firmly believe in it. I support it.
So
Greater good.
instead of telling you about sports, I'm going to tell you about teratomas.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
I think it's interesting and I don't care about sports. So I
Oh my God.
took
All
this
right.
into my own hands.
Well,
According to Healthline, a teratoma is a rare type of tumor that can contain fully developed tissues and organs, including hair, teeth, muscle, and bone. Also,
it was my twin.
we'll get
The
to,
lump.
we will get to the twins. They can also contain fat, wax, nerves, skin, and sweat and oil glands.
Nope. No, they
Oh my
can't.
God.
We're good. We're
They
done.
Sure can.
They're just a grab bag of bodily
Mhm.
parts.
It's a pinata.
Whatever happens to be growing extra.
It's
a
like a
parts
box
pinata.
of chocolates.
You never know what you're going to get.
You really
Look at
don't. Teratomas are most common in the tailbone, ovaries, and testicles.
that. Yeah.
I had a friend who had well, it was mostly
Isn't that a
tail.
pilonidal cyst?
Huh? We'll get
don't
to
know.
we will get to all of your questions. Dermoid cyst is what they're also called.
Oh,
Dermoid.
my sister had one of them
She had a twin.
on her little tailbone.
They can also occur elsewhere in the body. Oh, was she really young when she had that?
It wasn't super, super young. She was in college and she had to stop playing hockey and sit on a donut for like 7 weeks.
Killed her hockey
Whatever.
career.
I've had so many cysts on like my ass and labes that my family calls me Frankenpoon. So I have nothing to make fun of her about.
Your
We're just a-
family's so loving.
Or just a cysty fam. I don't know.
My God.
Sisters.
Oh. So teratomas are common tailbone, ovaries, and testicles, but can occur elsewhere in the body. They can appear in newborns, children, or adults. They are more common in females than males. Teratomas are usually benign in newborns, but they may still require surgical removal. And a fun fact for you, the word teratoma comes from Greek, meaning monster tumor.
It's a pretty great word.
Okay.
Teratoma. Teratoma. I think it's a pretty word. Teratomas
That's
are
scary.
generally described as either mature or immature, like Amanda.
Yes.
Mature teratomas are usually benign, meaning they are not cancerous, but they may grow back after being surgically removed.
That's wild.
Immature teratomas
So creepy.
are, oh, honey, you don't even know what's coming.
Well, they grow back, so
also-
your body is just like, nope, I'm really keen on growing these extra teeth for you in this little baggie.
Basically,
Also, I'm adding some photos to the drive that I'm currently snapping right now because I have to show you what Hi Amanda's been up to.
oh, God.
Oh my God. It's gonna
Let
be
me
the
guess,
longest
it's not
episode.
paying attention.
I'm paying attention. You're talking about twins
Oh, my God. Okay.
growing inside lumps.
Okay. Immature teratomas are more likely to develop into a malignant cancer. So mature teratomas are further classified as cystic, which means they're enclosed in their own fluid-containing sac.
Yeah, they got their own sack.
They are solid, which means they're made up of tissue, but they're not self-enclosed.
Okay.
Or mixed, containing both solid and cystic parts.
That
Luck.
makes me want to vomit.
Just wait, baby. Mature cystic teratomas are also called dermoid cysts, as I mentioned. Sometimes ovarian teratomas can be accompanied by a rare condition known as NMDA encephalitis. This can produce intense headaches and psychiatric symptoms, including
Here we
confusion
go.
and psychosis.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Okay, so I can't wait to find out what this has to do with sports. Because I was thinking you were going to go with
Nothing.
like
It
traumatic.
has nothing to do with sports. I did not want to talk about sports.
Oh, okay.
This has nothing to
cool.
do with sports.
I love that.
We mentioned that your sister played hockey.
Oh, yeah.
There we
Okay,
go.
that counts. I just figured you were going to talk about like traumatic brain injuries or some shit.
No, I'm bored by that.
Wow, this is great. I love this. Be your own boss, baby. I love this.
Oh my God. So yeah, they can cause psychosis, which is a little bit alarming. It wasn't clear if this was like a chemical situation or if there's a teratoma like.
Well, like I guess it could
In the
really fuck up
brain?
your hormones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you've got like a thyroid issue that super fucks up your hormones, that can cause psychosis.
Yeah, I think it has something to do with, so teratomas are common around your tailbone. So if it's putting pressure on your spine, then that directly affects the brain.
But
So-
this is on the ovaries, but that would affect your hormones.
Oh, true. Yes, you're right. So what causes teratomas, you may ask?
I do ask. Also, if
Playing
you want to
sports.
refresh your drive and see what I've been doing, I've added the photo.
I do have lots of pictures of teratomas on
Speaking
the
of
drive as well.
teratomas,
I would caution you to use caution. Oh my God, Amanda. Ick. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? You are the creepiest bitch I've ever met.
I love Bush's baked bean Furby. So I wanted to make him my desktop background, and then I went to minimize my logic, and he was just peeking over the tab.
God.
It's just baked beans with Furby features. It's really
He
disturbing.
looks like a little teratoma.
He
kind of
actually.
does.
A
He
mix.
really does.
Some
He's-
liquid and
mix.
some solid.
Yep, he's a mixed teratoma.
So think about that every single time you open a can of beans.
I'm so,
a mixed mature teratoma.
I'm so
Mostly
happy
benign.
about this screen.
Ish.
God.
Okay. So, as Amanda asked, what causes teratomas? And no, it's not baked beans. So, everybody has germ cells. The germ cells are the
Not me.
reproductive. You are a germ cell. They are the reproductive cells of the body. So, they're either egg cells or sperm cells. During embryonic development, these cells divide and differentiate into the various different kinds of cells required to create a human being. So, some of these they become hair cells, some become teeth cells, some become fat cells, whatever.
And they just like know what to do.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Wild.
It's really bizarre.
I barely know how to get to the coffee shop, let alone
You
whether
barely
I'm
know
a
how to
tooth.
get out of your office right now.
whether I'm a tooth or a hair
Or a banana.
banana.
or a fucking banana.
A fucking banana. So these germ cells are special cells that have all of the stuff that other cells have because their purpose is to make embryos that grow into fetuses and then babies. So your germ cells are capable of being any type of cell.
Which is why people like bank stem cells.
I don't
For
know.
later
I
use?
don't know what
Question
stem
mark?
cells are
Okay.
as compared to germ cells.
What if I just right now gave like a really spot on like specific description, like
Explanation.
scientific explanation of stem cells?
Actually.
Just like out of nowhere, I just go to like a trance.
I would have Bill check on you. I'm gonna text him and have him check on you.
Oh, that would be so good. I can't do that, but
No.
that's so good.
Don't
Oh my
expect me to do that.
I mean, I'm not gonna.
So, like I said, this means that these germ cells can change into any other type of cell in the body. And the
This is
the prevailing
fucked up.
theory of teratomas is that these germ cells get kind of mixed up, get a little kooky, and then start growing random shit in a place it is super not supposed to be, resulting in teratomas.
They go rogue.
Listen, everything is so random. The fact that any of us exist is such a fucking miracle.
It really is, actually.
really
One
bizarre.
little tiny thing
Yeah.
would have to change. And
Poof. This podcast is a
poof.
banana.
yeah.
But actually,
Fuck.
in an alternate universe, this podcast is a banana.
I'm gonna need you to wrap it up because my brain can't handle that.
Oh, sometimes teratomas can even appear as an almost fully fucking formed fetus,
Stop.
a quadruple
Stop.
F. And these are called fetiform teratomas, also known as homunculus.
But they're in a spot in which they couldn't be birthed.
No,
Right.
completely unviable.
Right.
It's like almost random that the germ cells created certain things in a certain order so that they're pieced together like a tiny little person, which is what the word homunculus means.
I
a small
love the
person.
word
That's
homunculus.
why you kept naming your name in the cast
Homunculus. Homunculus.
Okay, I didn't get it. I thought it was like the name of a flower or something.
I love that.
No, homunculus. Homunculus.
I want to
tiny
find a
person.
little tiny, little tiny person
Well,
inside
I
my
Think
hip or
you
something.
do, and
Why not?
we'll get to
I also
it.
want to make it clear that I do not mean pregnancy. I mean a tumor that
I
looks
want
like
to
a tiny.
discover a homunculus
Yeah.
in my left arm.
I am not changing course. It's very specific what I want.
So
An armpit child.
So these homunculus brings us to the twin theory.
Oh,
This is again from Healthline. About 1 in 500,000 people have a very rare type of teratoma that can appear called fetus in fetu, which means fetus within a fetus. So this teratoma can have the appearance of a malformed fetus. It's made up of living tissue, but like Kenyon said, without the support of a placenta and an amniotic sac, the underdeveloped fetus has no chance of development. It's not viable.
Right. It's just
like
a
shape.
a model.
Right,
but
a
it's-
model. Yeah, a flesh model.
A little tiny flesh model. So one theory explains the fetus in fetu teratoma as the remains of a twin that was unable to develop in the womb and was encompassed by the body of the surviving child. An opposing theory explains the fetus in fetu as merely a more developed dermoid cyst, but the high level of development favors the twin theory.
Wow.
So they think that it's not technically a teratoma, it's a little baby twin that was absorbed by the other one.
The stronger one survived.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Oh
cool.
my gosh.
I love it.
I know. Fetus in fetu only develops in twins who both have their own sac of amniotic fluid and who share the same placenta.
So would that be fraternal twins?
I don't fucking know.
I was thinking the same thing, but
Do identical twins
share a sack.
share amniotic sac?
Sack. S-A-Y-A-H-C-K.
Sayaka.
Sack.
Gold.
Gold.
Okay.
Cream and gold.
Fraternal, most likely, fraternal have different sacs, but identical sometimes share a sac, sometimes have their own sacs. Depends on how early or late the single fertilized egg divided into two. So it could be that it divides, but it divides super late, and so then that's why one of them
Stays attached a little bit.
Yeah, isn't gonna quite make it.
Fetus in fetu.
Dang.
Interesting. Every time you say that, it
Feetception.
sounds like a rare Radiohead album.
Probably.
Oh my God, Fetus and Fetu.
So good.
Never got the radio play that it deserved, but
Fucking total deep cut.
it fucking
but damn.
slaps. Yeah.
It's definitely like an Incubus song.
Yeah, I think they're gonna re-release it on the anniversary.
On vinyl. And
On
only
vinyl.
10 of them will be pressed.
So the platinum album Fetus in Fetu teratoma is most often detected in infancy. It can occur in children of either sex. In 90% of cases, these teratomas are found before the child reaches 18 months of age, which is why I asked you how old your sister was when they found her twin in her ass or whatever.
My friend who had the tail, which was on his tailbone, it was like a little sack with a fucking tail in it.
He had a teratoma.
It was a teratoma on his tailbone, and they found it when he was a baby and removed it when he was a baby.
My cousin
Did he
has a
keep
tail. She did not get it removed. Shake it, girl.
Shake it, girl. Did
Wag it.
Did he keep it though?
Shake it like a teratoma.
No. I always ask her if her little tiny tail stub wags when she's really happy or excited. She claims
Or she gets
no.
scratched in just the right spot.
It just flicks.
Oh my God.
It's like the dogs with the bobbed tails.
Yes. Oh,
Have you
little
touched it?
bobs. No, it's kind of deep in the crack. I'm not.
That wouldn't stop
comfortable.
you.
You're not venturing.
Yeah, maybe on someone who's not family and over the age of diaper change.
I'd touch it.
Get my finger in there, touch it.
Oh my God.
I'll invite you to a family Christmas so we can get her drunk. And
Yes.
ask her to whip it out.
Let's get her drunk and touch her tail.
Yeah, get her to whip her tail out with consent.
Pin the tail on.
Listen, there will be coercion though. This is still illegal. I'm going to coerce her into whipping out her tail.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
Next.
Sportsball crimes.
This is a clusterfuck and I love it. So Modus,
It's gone so off the fucking rails. I love it.
most fetus in fetu teratomas lack a brain structure, but 91% of them have a spinal column and 82.5% have limb buds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the buds.
The buds are like one of the first thing to start
Oh,
growing.
buds. You guys, I can't with
So
buds.
many buds.
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 Oh, I
limb
hate that
buds.
word. It's a disgusting
Why
word.
the fuck? I mean, I get why, but no. Buds.
Little buds sprout.
Nip it in the bud.
Ew.
The way that Lucy says buds is
Buds.
really... No! No.
Ass.
It's
I got
I'm
ass
just gonna
buds.
say. No.
So you may have a teratoma if you have pain, swelling and bleeding,
It's the new
constipation,
Jeff Foxworthy stand-up special.
abdominal or pelvic pain, painful urination, swelling in the pubic region, or leg weakness.
You might be a teratoma.
You might have a teratoma if you're a redneck. There was a case that made headlines pretty recently about a woman in the U.S. who went to the doctor complaining of severe abdominal cramps and bleeding outside of her normal menstrual cycle.
Ooh.
She got an ultrasound and they found 2 cysts on her ovaries. One was about the size of an egg and it had
Holy shit.
it had hair and teeth in it.
No.
Oh man, that would be fucking painful. Just a regular sized ovarian cyst is
It's
fucking painful.
Yeah.
If you care to go to the drive with caution, I don't know how many of these we can put on the blog, honestly.
Literally all of them. Risk it.
Oh,
Really gross ones.
La Shell.
So the black and white one is the ultrasound. You can see the teeth growing.
Oh my God, they're like molars.
Oh, they're full teeth.
Those are not baby teeth.
Uh-uh.
Those are adult.
Those are
teeth.
adult molars.
What?
Okay, here's another
She
one.
needs to have her tonsils removed.
You guys, I need to close this Bowser page because I keep gagging, but I can't look at the screen to see where to close it because I can't look at it without.
Because it's covered in baked beans.
Okay. Wow.
Oh my God. Oh, I got more. In 2017, a Japanese teenager had an operation to remove a 10-centimeter, quote-unquote, monster from her abdomen.
Monstrous.
Inside, they found hair, a tiny skull, and a tiny malformed brain.
Wow.
Like, was it sentient?
Wow.
I mean, no, because none of us are at that stage.
Well, on some
None of
level,
us are
it was.
now.
It had a brain.
Yeah, it depends on if you ask a Roman Catholic.
This is why anti-choice people need to get their fucking facts straight.
They need to
'cause
look at the photos on the drive.
There are so many different types. Like when it comes to your body reproducing,
So
there
much
are
can go wrong.
So much can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like people who like fucking male old lawmakers who are like, you know, putting penalties for like ectopic pregnancies ending. It's like, are you fucking kidding? Like,
Yeah.
read a book.
Right.
Read a
no
single
control.
wiki article. Like,
Ugh.
Do you know what
can't.
Harlequin's disease is?
Yes.
No.
It's so awful.
It's
oh my God.
Don't look it up, actually. It's
Yeah.
highly disturbing.
I don't know. People are just really,
And there's zero survivability if you're.
No, that's not true. People can survive it, but it's like,
I don't necessarily mean specifically for Harlequin's disease, but there are some serious conditions that can happen in utero that are.
oh yeah,
There's a literal
no chance
0%. Even
Right,
if they are born breathing, they will not survive, and you still don't get the option to not go through that.
mm-hmm.
I can't. I'm too high for this shit.
But
And
alas,
the billboards that lie and they're like, your heart is beating
Heartbeat
it.
14 days.
It's like, no, it's not. That's
It's
not.
really
That's
not.
factually not correct.
right.
That's
not,
a lie on a billboard.
But alas, we're not talking about births. We're talking about teratomas.
teratomas.
Okay.
So
Bringing
here's
it back
here's
to
my
what
last
counts.
here's my last little. So a case from 2004, also in Japan, and this was taken from a National Library of Medicine case report. So it is a little bit dry, but you will be impacted regardless.
All right. Dry like this wine. Let's go.
Mature ovarian cystic teratomas, which are commonly observed as benign ovarian tumors, consists of ectodermal, mesodermal, and endodermal components that are generally disorganized. In this report, we document a case in which the solid portion of an ovarian teratoma demonstrated considerable differentiation, forming a doll-like structure.
Oh my God.
A 25-year-old virginal Japanese woman, gross,
Mm-hmm.
underwent surgery for an ovarian tumor that was diagnosed as a mature teratoma. A solid mass within the tumor was found to have a head, trunk, and extremities,
Oh my God.
like a torso.
Yeah.
Consequently, this mass was diagnosed as a mature fetiform teratoma, aka a homunculus. Brain, eye, spinal nerve, ear, teeth, thyroid gland, bone marrow, gut, trachea, blood vessels, and phallic cavernous tissue were confirmed microscopically.
Maybe this is what Jesus was. Maybe Jesus was a teratoma.
Maybe. It had a tiny little penis. It had a
Teratoma
penis
who
bud.
lived.
A penis bud.
Ick.
God damn it.
Distinctive features were the clear anterior, posterior, ventral, dorsal, and left-right axes with a spatially well-organized arrangement of the organs. An eye was located on the front of the head. A spinal nerve lay dorsal to the spinal bones. The thyroid gland was anterior to the trachea, and the gut was deep inside the trunk. It was a tiny, formed person.
Wow.
Which is wild because it's just
the randomness.
it's just 100% this one woman's
Own
girls.
cells. It was her
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
cells created this little tiny, and there's a picture of it on the drive. It's about
I can't go back in there.
it's about 2 inches long. It's a tiny, tiny little homunculus.
Wow.
And you can't really recognize it as it is in this picture just because it's still a jumble, but you know, all the components are there. It has a fucking eyeball. Ugh.
That is crazy.
Isn't that fucking wild? And so much better than sports.
Yeah.
so much better? I learned a lot.
Ah, that's my segment.
Wow.
Good Lord.
Wow.
Sorry, not sorry for my deviation.
You know what? Be your own boss. I
Yeah.
love it. Girl
Fuck it.
boss. Hashtag girl boss.
All right, let's hear a quick word from our sponsors. So, April is Earth Month, which means that a lot of us are giving like a little extra thought to how we treat the planet. We're paying more attention to our shopping practices, trying to be more sustainable. And that is why one of my favorite things about Rothy's is that their shoes are all made from recycled plastic.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, every month should be Earth Month. And Rothy's makes it real easy and real cute. Everything Rothy's makes is better for the planet. They have repurposed millions of water bottles into their signature thread that goes into all of their products. Plus, Rothy's shoes, bags, and other essentials are made with less wasted fabric, and they're designed to be durable and washable for a stylish fit that lasts. Seriously, you throw these babies in the washing machine.
They come out brand spanking new. I've never had anything last so long and still just be in perfect condition.
I love wearing my Rothy's when I travel. Remember those days? But like at the airport, I don't like an open-toed shoe on an airplane. So I always wear my Rothy's loafers. I'm big into the loafers. Their flats are also, or the point flats are so adorable.
Love. I'm obsessed.
In the last month or so, I have gotten compliments from multiple men on how cute my shoes are. So if that tells
every
you
single
anything.
time I wear my Rothy's out, I get compliments on them. Every single time.
Yeah. And the clothes you wear every day shouldn't just look great. They should make you feel great. And that's exactly how you feel, knowing that your Rothy's helps to keep ocean-bound plastic out of the water.
So when you're wearing Rothy's, your footprint feels lighter than ever. Get $20 off your first purchase today at rothys.com/gals, G-A-L-S. That's ROTHYS.com/gals, and treat your feet.
Straight on. So fertility is kind of a weird thing. So we're supposed to go to the OBGYN once a year for our regular annual checkups, but checking in about our fertility, our egg count, all those kinds of things, it isn't usually a thing that we even think about until we're ready to have kids. And it doesn't need to be that way.
Yeah, it helps to kind of know in advance so that you can make those timing decisions. And that is why modern fertility was created. It's an easy and affordable way to test your fertility hormones at home with a simple finger prick. You just mail it in with a prepaid label and you'll get your personalized results within 10 days. And these results will give you insight into your hormone levels, your ovarian reserve, which is how many eggs you have compared to other folks your age, and other important fertility factors. And these results go deep into what every hormone means. And if you have any questions, because some of this can be confusing, maybe you failed to go to med school, like some of us, you can talk one-on-one with a fertility nurse to review your results and options for next steps. It's just so easy and seamless, and it just helps to know this stuff again so you can make the best decision for you, whether you want kids today or just you're thinking about maybe one day in the future. Clinically sound info about your body can help you make the right decision. And what's great about modern fertility is that, it's a lot less expensive than traditional testing with your doctor. Modern fertility gets you the same info at $159 versus over $1,000 at the doctor's office. And if you go to modernfertility.com/gals, you can get $20 off your test.
And just knowing what's going on with your bod is never a bad thing.
Yeah.
So right now, Modern Fertility is offering our listeners $20 off the test when you go to modernfertility.com/gals, G-A-L-S. That means your test will cost $139 instead of the hundreds or thousands it could cost at a doctor's office. Get $20 off your fertility test when you go to modernfertility.com/gals. One more time, modernfertility.com/gals, and treat your knowledge.
Treat it. Are we ready for some sports?
I don't know, I guess. We've got to get to it eventually.
I'm so ready, you guys. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh my God. Okay. It just feels like I followed the assignment and now I feel weird being hard left turn.
I followed the assignment. We will outweigh her. I promise.
Okay.
Don't worry. I always have your back.
I could not bring myself to research sports.
I love that you were just no,
Meow.
I'm going to talk about...
Meow.
I'm going to talk about...
Something that's been heavy on my noggin, as
Homunc.
Bailey Sarian would say.
Your homunculus has been knacking.
Oh my God. All right. Well, I don't know if this man ever had a homunculus, but
Let's just assume.
let's
he
assume yes. All right. John Rogers of Little Rock, Arkansas, which is always the state that I forget exists. I'm sorry, Arkansas.
Arkansas and not Delaware?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been to Delaware, I guess, is the difference.
I was watching someone on TikTok doing a live of this like geography game where the name of a state will come up and there's a map of the US, but there are no lines and you have to point to where the state is.
Uh-huh.
And I was just watching this like a gun to my head, I would fail this immediately. I have no idea. I barely know where I am. Like
Colorado's
say,
always a lot more south than I think it is.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like I could find Florida, California, and maybe Texas. That's about it.
Brag.
Not Minnesota.
Yeah, maybe Minnesota. Minnesota, I could probably find. That's 4 states.
You get the corners.
Yeah. It's fine.
I can find the edges.
Okay. So, John Rogers lives in Little Rock. He began buying and selling sports memorabilia in the early 2000s.
Please tell me this is the only connection to sports.
It's all about memorabilia.
Amazing. Okay.
So he started 2 businesses, Sports Card Plus and Rogers Photo Archive LLC, both based out of Little Rock. For the first years, he was operating on a relatively small scale, just started 2 little businesses. But then in 2008, Rogers, who at this point was 35, purchased one of the most sought-after baseball cards in the world.
Luck.
Who's seeking baseball cards?
Lots of people.
Who's seeking baseball?
Zach has so many boxes of utterly worthless baseball cards.
Listen,
burn
I'm
it.
still waiting for that Beanie Baby investment
Yeah.
to cash in too, so I get it.
Exactly.
You know,
He
he
I
did
get it.
He did you real dirty with those eggs this morning. So I say you can just sell whatever
Every
you
time
find.
he
Yes.
pisses me off, I just go in
Sell
and
a card.
sell a card.
No, you go and
Yes.
get one and just hold it in front of him and light it on fire.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
It is trash.
Its own. All right. So this card that he bought, this very coveted, important baseball card, was the T206 Honus Wagner card, which I had
Homunculus Wagner card.
Homunculus Wagner.
Oh my god. And then my next pet is going to be named Homunculus Wagner.
That would be
I'm writing
as long
this
as,
down.
as long as
It's
it's not a
really good
bird.
name.
Great
Listen, no.
rabbit name.
Or, next dog. Homunculus Wagner.
Oh.
I'm writing it down.
Oh, God.
So Homunculus Wagner was a shortstop nicknamed the Flying Dutchman,
Oh.
who played in Major League Baseball from 1897 to 1917.
They have baseball back then?
Yes.
Oh,
He
yeah.
did. According to one source, quote, the card is considered the crown jewel in the sports memorabilia industry, and his purchase, meaning like John Rogers' purchase, immediately put him on the map as a major player in the hobby.
Wow.
Which,
in the
like,
league.
Of course, men's hobbies get major players.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Jesus.
it's fine. There are pictures on the drive of both John Rogers and Homunculus Wagner,
Homunculus Wagner.
and the baseball card in question.
Oh.
So you can see
Oh, she's a beaut.
it's kind of it's like an aesthetically pleasing card.
The
Mhm.
picture,
Very vibrant.
the picture of Homunculus Wagner, the one on the top, he looks so fucking bored with whatever he's doing.
I know.
Look
He's
at him
so
on the
over it.
like next to all the bats.
Yeah.
Like old-timey baseball players, first of all, current baseball players, a lot of them, I know that they're amazing athletes, but they look so out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Some of them got sweet asses.
Yeah, they're
The ass
they're
of
chunky.
America.
Yeah,
They
Okay.
thick.
they fit. Okay, so it was unclear whether or not all the sports memorabilia that Rogers had sold up to this point was authentic, but after his purchase of the Wagner card, he began using his newfound fame to defraud people who believed that since he owned this one card, all the memorabilia that he had must be authentic.
Oh, well,
they were
here
like,
comes
if-
the scam.
Yeah, they're like, if he can get this card,
Yeah.
his business must be legit. He
So
must
that-
be legit.
This card is legit, though.
I believe
This
so.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe so. Yes.
Got it.
You guys, this is why capitalism is so stupid, because everything is just made up.
You're
Like-
so high.
No, but it's true though. Like
Yeah.
there was assumed authenticity and value on what I can only assume, given this is wine and crime, is going to end up being fraudulent,
Mhm.
and people probably spend fucking hundreds of
Millions.
thousands, millions of dollars on something that is worthless. And value just isn't real. Like everything's made up.
It's all
not
in
real.
the eye of the beholder.
Seriously, it's just like 5 rich white dudes that are just like, yes, this is worth $20 billion.
60 bills.
Right, it's nuts. It's just so nuts. Anyway, continue. People are so stupid.
And
We're
it's
so
more than just dudes. He defrauded institutions.
Oh yeah, run
So
by dudes, but yeah.
yeah. His schemes mostly involved using memorabilia as collateral for massive loans from both
Great.
individuals and from banks.
Oh, this is like
Okay,
some
wait.
uncut gems shit.
What time frame was this?
This is in the 2000s and the 2010s.
Wow, we still can use valuable like physical items as collateral on loans.
Well, yeah, like your house or yeah.
I guess the house makes
Art.
sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! I guess all of my things are just so useless that I've
Yeah,
never had to
we
even
couldn't.
think about that.
nothing any of us
going-
own.
Wait, so I
Would
could
work.
put up my Guy Fieri Saint Guy candle and get a loan off that because it's so valuable?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay. Well, you said art, so
Oh my God. So he used his ill-gotten gains to build himself a 5-story mansion in Little Rock.
ish.
There are photos on the drive.
Yes.
It featured a grotto, batting cages, which I initially read as bathing cages and got really excited.
Bathing
And scared.
cages. This is the gaudiest fucking house.
It's hideous, and knowing that that is in Little Rock,
Yeah.
Why
Good
is
luck-
that
it's-
chimney so
Good
tall?
luck with resale.
right? Like if this was in California, I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
but in Little Rock with that fountain.
An
Okay.
elevator and multiple secret rooms.
Love that.
It was like if Richie Rich
Right.
was a grown ass man.
Hashtag new money, am I right?
And he
Yeah.
had his own McDonald's in the front lobby.
Oh my God, I want McDonald's so bad.
So then in September of 2016, the authorities finally caught on to Rogers. He was arrested for using a fake Heisman Trophy, and he had put a new nameplate on a commemorative trophy and was passing it off as having been the real one given to running back Billy Sims, whoever that is. I'm just saying words at this point. These
But
are
it's
just
so-
noises coming out of my mouth.
That's a really stupid one though, because that's like verifiable.
Yeah, is Billy Sims
Like-
still alive?
I mean, even if they weren't still alive, that would be verifiable because the other one is somewhere.
Right, exactly.
It's just so
It's
stupid.
fucking
Billy
dumb.
Sims. Hold on, I just want to see if he's still alive.
Oh, Willie Sims.
Oh,
Yeah,
really
he's
shitty.
still alive. He's
Yes.
66.
So he could just call in and be like,
yeah, he's like, no, the real one's in my living room. You
I'm looking
douche."
at her right now.
Right. So Rogers used this fake trophy to obtain a loan from a private investor.
Good for him.
He had even forged a letter with Sims's signature declaring the trophy to be authentic. There's a lot of forged signatures. that
Too
were-
easy to do this
Wow.
shit, apparently.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're in the wrong scam, y'all. It's
Scam.
been a long game.
We have so obviously Louisville is home to the Louisville Slugger Museum, which is
Mhm.
where they still make
Take it to one headlight,
They-
slashed a hole in all 4 tires.
right. Thank you. You got yes. It's where they make baseball bats. And they give you a little mini bat, like a little like teeny skinny little mini bat.
A homunculus of a bat.
Yeah. Yes. When you do the tour. And so I found one in a thrift store that like some child, like some left-handed child had written Babe Ruth.
I saw that little bat at your house.
So cute.
It's so cute. And so I have it on display in my home. It's our Babe Ruth signed bat.
I love it. I love that.
It's so cute. Anyway. Okay.
Bubby Ruth.
Bobby Ruth.
So-
Ruth.
So they've caught on to him, the investigators, and he pleads guilty to this charge and is released on bond.
Okay.
So now he begins cooperating with the feds, agreeing to wear a wire and assist in other fraud investigations.
Oh my God.
They're like, oh, well, like, who's helping you? There must be like a whole network of other people selling fake shit. Like,
No,
you
it
know,
was
whatever.
just him.
So he later explained that he'd agreed to this deal because he, quote, hoped it would help him get out of prison in time for his high school junior's last year of college. So he wanted to like see his kid graduate college. Okay. But in November of 2017, Rogers, who's now 44 at this point, was arrested again. Turns out the whole time that he was working as an informant for the feds,
Oh God.
he had been continuing to manufacture fraudulent memorabilia,
Oh yeah. Got to.
both to sell and to use as loan collateral. He just never stopped.
You'd think they'd be keeping an eye on him.
Right.
Yeah, he just kept going.
Oh my God.
So Rogers
God bless him.
Rogers claimed that he had not set out to break the law again. He didn't mean to.
I didn't mean to do it.
He had intended to create what he called fantasy items,
Oh, okay. Well,
Which-
those are legit.
which are replicas of real memorabilia, but he wasn't going to sell them.
He was just going to
Right.
play
Why
with
would
them
I-
in his basement.
I just want to collect them because they're my favorite collections.
But that the temptation proved too strong.
Tempting for some of them.
And soon he was back to his old ways. So he was just tinkering. He like created more fake memorabilia, and he was like, "Oh, this shit is good. I'm gonna sell
I
this."
love that he just Tinker Tailor Soldier spied his way into the sports memorabilia stock market.
So the most lucrative items he passed off as authentic this time around included a fake Mickey Mantle baseball card, or like several fake Mickey Mantle baseball cards, and Scottie Pippen trophies. These are names I have heard of.
I've heard of Scottie Pippen too.
He's
We're the
cute.
queens
Isn't he
of
the cute one?
sports.
Let me
I don't
Google
know.
him. Scotty.
No
Pippen.
idea.
Is Scottie Pippen cute?
Cute. Question mark?
Oh, well, to some people.
Oh, to some people.
Oh.
There's someone out there for everyone.
Oh.
Oh, look at his cute smile, though. I like him.
He's got charm.
He's got pizzazz.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I like him. He's got a really cute smile.
Well, don't say you like him. We have no background information. We don't know. This guy could be a monster tumor. We don't
Scottie
know.
Pippen problematic.
Everyone is problematic. Every white person.
He's not white. He's black.
Oh, wait. Who?
Scottie
Scottie
Pippen.
Pippen.
Oh, I don't know anybody in sports.
Okay. All right. So John Rogers also sold mountains of fake autographs, which he created himself, and he had just spent a ton of time, like 10,000 hours practicing his forgery. So he just forged whatever the fuck he wanted on
He
anything.
won the best forger award at that summer camp
Yeah,
that you guys
exactly.
went to.
Upon his rearrest, prosecutors began seeking at least 11 and a half years in prison for him. According to court documents, Rogers had scammed banks and individuals out of $24 million.
Oh my
Million?
God.
Yeah.
But gotta pay for those bathing cages.
That's what they could prove.
Oh, there's probably way more.
Rogers himself would later claim that the total was closer to $1 billion.
Well, Rogers himself is a real douchebag, so I don't really trust that
I
either.
could see him lying about it, but
Yeah.
I could also see it being more than he was
24.
actually prosecuted for. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he
Probably
just
somewhere in the
it was-
middle.
It was like printing his own money. I mean,
Yeah.
he could just like, what's going to be the most valuable thing? Great. Some Mickey Mantle cards. How many? I got a dozen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want thingamabobs? I got 20.
Right. Exactly.
I want more.
Who cares? No big deal.
So, William Hogan.
Little Mermaid with a bagel.
Wait, what?
I know. Hogan with a G.
Oh my god. Okay.
The investor who had been fooled by the Heisman Trophy and letter of authentication was one of numerous people to give a victim impact statement in court. He testified that Rogers was, quote, deceitful to the core and deserved a lengthy prison term. I still find it hard to believe that anyone could inflict such damage on other people.
Okay, calm down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me you've never had a real problem without telling me you've never had a real problem. Tell me you're not oppressed without telling me you're
Right?
not oppressed.
Like, I know you lost a lot of money, and that sucks, and that
Buying
is fraud.
baseball cards
But
as an
you
adult
had millions
man.
of dollars to buy baseball cards or a trophy from a guy who's still alive.
Don't feel super bad for you, Bill.
Yeah. You could afford to lose a little. So it also became clear through court proceedings that Rogers was essentially running a pyramid scheme. So much of the money he was taking in at this point was being used to pay off previous buyers and investors who had figured out that their shit was fake. So he was creating more fake shit to get loans to pay back the people who were going to expose him, who had figured out his shit.
This is literally Uncut Gems. It's like the plot line.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Uncut Gems.
So one previous target who had since caught on to Rogers was a woman named Mary Brace. Her father was a famous Chicago photographer named George Brace, who upon his death had left a massive collection of photographs of Major League Baseball players spanning 6 decades. So this was like her professional photographer father's like entire career spanning collection of historic photographs.
Wow.
Rogers had purchased this real collection in 2012 for $1.35 million.
Made a bunch of photocopies.
Yeah. Rogers signed a counteract that required him to make a digital replica of each image for Brace's personal use so that she was like, okay, I'm going to sell my father's collection, but I want to have a digital
the
copy
IP,
of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like NFTs. I don't fucking, whatever. She wanted to.
I can still post these online and talk about my dad's work.
She wanted to be able to look
Yeah.
back and see her dad's work, but sell the originals to make some money, which fair. And the contract gave Mary Brace the right to take back the entire collection if Rogers didn't follow through on this digital replica clause.
agreement. Yeah.
So in 2015, Brace won a $780,000 judgment against Rogers for defaulting on the contract. But at the time of his arrest, he had neither repaid her nor returned the photographs. So that fucking sucks to lose your dad's entire
Collection.
Yeah. Rogers' defense attorneys attempted to portray his fraud as the result of his long struggles with cocaine addiction. You don't say.
It's not my fault. It's my cocaine addiction.
Yeah, I bet it is. Like,
Could
you
have
built
called that
a
one
grotto
from
in Little Rock.
Could have called that from a mile away.
Yeah.
You know what this sounds like? This sounds like that incredible TikToker, the lawyer who reads court transcripts. Like,
Yeah.
it's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's my cocaine
It's my
addiction.
cocaine addiction. I believe you.
I love her account so
too.
much.
He also blamed hypomania, which is the manic side of bipolar disorder. I don't know if he was ever formally diagnosed with bipolar disorder before this court hearing. I
Before
don't
he
know.
got in trouble.
Yeah. A court filing in the case described how, quote, Rogers was suffering from memory loss, probably due to the homunculus on his ovaries. No.
His ovarian homunculus was draining him.
Yeah.
All of his power.
It
Every
was
time he
whispering
did
to him.
cocaine, it grew.
Telling him what to do.
It started controlling him from the inside.
I'm pretty
There
sure
were
that's a Stephen
tiny
King story.
levers. Okay, suffering
Tiny
from
levers.
Ish.
It's little spuds or whatever buds.
So he was suffering
Phallic
from
cavern.
he claimed he was suffering from memory loss, probably due to head injuries from playing college football,
Or all the cocaine.
or
Right.
all the cocaine, or just
Why not both?
yeah. But the doctor prescribed him Adderall, which is an amphetamine-based stimulant used to treat,
Essentially cocaine.
which is essentially it's legalized cocaine, essentially, to treat
Meth.
Yeah.
attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
And one possible side effect of Adderall can be new or worsening psychosis,
Sure can.
which especially if the
Amanda
patient,
knows.
especially if the patient has a history of depression, mental illness, or bipolar disorder. So
Oh.
he was on a lot of cocaine and Adderall and may or may not have been bipolar and may or may not have had ADHD, which if you don't have ADHD and you're taking Adderall and cocaine,
Not
Your
great.
heart might explode.
not great.
You're not going to stay out of prison for very long.
No.
Mhm.
So ultimately, Rogers pleaded guilty to wire fraud. His 24-page plea agreement lays out how he routinely altered replicas of sports memorabilia to make them appear more authentic. So probably like, whatever, like lemon juice and whatever. Just
Ripped
making
the
shit look
corners.
old.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A sepia tone filter.
Yeah, forging a bunch of shit.
Wrinkled it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Use
rub some
the-
coffee groans on it.
We're giving a lot of tips and tricks.
Run it
Burn
over
the
with
edges.
his car.
Roll over a couple times on a dry day.
Let your dog chew on it.
So he used the proceeds from his fraud, like I said, to pay off previous angry customers and shut them up. So it was like a pyramid scheme of just covering his fucking ass. At his sentencing hearing, U.S. District Judge Thomas Durkin,
Judge Durkin.
Judge Durkin,
Sweet
Durkin's jerking again.
Durkin's Merkins Emporium.
He's Durkin's jerking is Merkin.
Durkin's Merkins for Jerkins.
We're so stupid. We're so dumb.
Now with a brick and mortar store.
I just
Flushing.
heard any chance of a Webby just get flushed away.
Bye-bye.
Whatever, I'll just call this guy and have him make us a Webby. Apparently, he's really good at it.
Let's make fake
No one will
Webbies.
know. We'll have our own award show.
Oh my
Hey,
God.
Christine, can you send me a picture of your Webby so I can
Yeah.
duplicate it?
Can
Not
we
that
have
we've
pictures
ever
of your Webby?
applied, but yes.
No, we haven't.
No, we
Okay. So the judge, Durkin, called Rogers' actions, quote, monumentally stupid.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my God. Rogers
Holy
spoke
shit.
at the hearing presenting a, quote, rambling 45-minute long statement in which he talked about the downward spiral of his life, his failed marriage, and his sadness at disappointing his teenage son.
Oh, I want the transcript of this
I
rambling
know.
45-minute long statement so
know.
bad. So we can do a dramatic reading.
Oh my God. He told Judge Durkin, quote, I have no excuse for it, zero excuse. I don't deserve a break, but I'm asking you for one.
Oh, okay.
It's like, dude, you got caught and then you kept going.
Yeah.
You're not
Yep.
gonna, whatever. He also admitted, quote, I didn't think of my son when I was doing these things. Judge Durkin was not sympathetic.
Bye-bye.
He responded, quote, you literally told thousands of lies to honest people to have them part with their money. I can't care more about your children than you did.
Yeah, that's fair. It's
Yeah.
like, not my problem, fucker.
Yeah, you did this to your kids. Like,
Mhm. I'll put that on me.
before sentencing him to 12 years in prison, which I
All
think
right.
was like the max he could get.
Mm-hmm.
Rogers is still serving out this sentence. He's got a ways to go.
All right. Well, great. That means he's available to make my Webby.
Yep.
I'm still Googling buy a fake Webby award.
R.I.P. your search history.
And I'm pretty sure his house in Little Rock sold, but probably for a lot less than it cost to build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's John Rogers. And just if you're buying sports memorabilia,
Don't.
Why? And two,
verify everything.
Yeah, you're going to have to, I don't know how you do it, how you go about it, but like do your research, do your homework.
Wow. Well done.
Thank you.
Nice work.
You really knocked it out of the park.
Oh, amazing.
All right.
Birdie.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Golf.
Golf. Hole in one. Okay, should we take a quick break to hear a word from our sponsors?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it.
I don't know about you, but I am a big proponent of spring cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
I like to kind of deep clean the whole house, also like declutter, take a lot of stuff to charity, just kind of...
You did that today.
I did. Just like refresh, reset. And you know what? The same goes for your mind. So over the years, thoughts, emotions, kind of just mental baggage can build up. And that is why it is so important to talk to someone who is trained to help you declutter not just your physical space, but your mental space.
Yeah.
And Talkspace therapists are available to message anytime you need to help you kind of take care of those thoughts that pile up.
Clean out your brain, honey, especially after a most difficult winter. I went through some weird stuff over the last few months, and I just want to start my 2022 spring and summer off feeling fresh. And so Talkspace just helps me talk to a therapist, get some stuff off my chest, maybe help to kind of decipher my relationships. And it's just nice to have a third-party, unbiased person to help you work through some stuff. Mm-hmm. Taking the first steps toward getting help can be scary, but no matter where you are in your mental health journey, talking to a therapist who's trained to help makes a huge difference. It's not just talking to your best friend. This is like a trained, licensed professional.
Yeah, exactly.
Talkspace takes some of the pressure off that first step because it's a more flexible, convenient, and affordable way to get high-quality healthcare. So if it feels really daunting to like find a provider, schedule an appointment, set up your new patient stuff, drive to the doctor, wait in the waiting room, all that stuff, this is so much better. This is therapy made for the 21st century. You have got to try it. It is private, secure, and most importantly, it's accessible. It's everything you love about therapy without the stuff that just gets in the way and feels like too much.
Mm-hmm. So if thoughts and emotions are piling up, a fresh perspective can really help you feel better. Match with your dedicated therapist today at Talkspace.com and use promo code GALS, G-A-L-S, during sign-up to get $100 off your first month. That's $100 off at Talkspace.com, promo code GALS, and treat your brain.
Treat it. Shopping for new clothes can be time-consuming. It can be stressful. I personally don't love undressing in a public place. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that never feels good.
It never feels good, especially if you want to maybe open up your style a little bit more. You want to try some things on that you maybe wouldn't. It's not like your go-to staple. You want to branch out, but it doesn't feel totally right doing that in a store in a dressing room. And that is why Stitch Fix has you covered. You can say goodbye to endless browsing and hello to fresh picks curated for your size and taste, and you can try it on right at home.
Oh, that's the best part. You know what? I love everything about Stitch Fix. It's easy, it's fun to get started. First, you just take a few minutes to set up your Stitch Fix style profile. You know we love a good quiz. You answer a few questions about what you like to wear, what you don't, how open you are to trying new styles. I thought that this style profile quiz was really well done and really in-depth, and I was able to be like, look, I work from home. I like to be comfortable 100% of the time. I don't need chunky necklaces or high heels to go to work.
Mm-hmm. No blazers.
No blaze. Just give me leggings. I want leggings that make me look cute.
And tops that I can wear with leggings.
Yeah, flowy tops over leggings. You got me. Okay. And then Stitch Fix expert stylists go to work. They find items exclusively for you. Every piece is handpicked for you. It is unique to your size, style, and your budget. And when I say size, I mean like they understand that sizing is totally wacky across different brands. And so they like actually know your size in different brands.
I got a pair of denim jeans from them, and it's the only pair of jeans that I like love to wear.
Yeah, it's the first one of these, shopping clothing box subscription services that like actually everything always fits me when I get it. It's a miracle. So Stitch Fix will send you 5 pieces to try on at home. You keep what you love, send back what you don't. Shipping, returns, and exchanges are easy and free. Plus, there is no subscription required, so you can try once, or you can set up automatic deliveries. There are no hidden fees ever. You sign up for Stitch Fix and get the season's latest pieces for women, men, kids, everything in between. You're gonna love it. It's great.
So sign up today at stitchfix.com/gals to get $20 off your first purchase. That's stitchfix.com/GALS to get $20 off your first purchase. This is a limited time offer. Purchase within 2 days of sign up and treat your wardrobe.
Treat it. One of the things that I love about Thrive Cosmetics is in the name. So if you pay attention, cosmetics is spelled like for a good cause. And that is because every purchase supports organizations that help women thrive. And also their products are just fantastic. There are no parabens, sulfates, or phthalates. And everything is certified 100% vegan and cruelty-free.
Yeah, I just have to sing the praises of this mascara for a minute because I have a really hard time finding a good mascara that's not flaky, it's not clumpy, it stays on all day, and it actually makes my lashes look really long and super amazing. I have found all of these things in the Liquid Lash Extension Mascara. There is a reason this is their best-selling product. It has more than 20,000 5-star reviews. Like I said, it's ultra-lengthening, eye-opening mascara. It lasts all day without clumping, smudging, or flaking. And all of that said, it comes off super easily at the end of the day with the warm washcloth with soapy water makeup remover. It's not one of those that is like permanently on your face.
Yeah, you don't have to rub your actual eyelashes off of your eyelids to get this mascara off. It's just, it stays on when it's supposed to, and it comes off easy when it's supposed to.
And speaking of not ripping out your actual lashes, it actually has clean, nourishing ingredients that support longer, stronger, and healthier looking lashes over time. So it's supporting your natural lashes while making them look just really incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And like Kenyon said, cause is in there for a reason. They are looking at causes bigger than just really great makeup products. So they have a program called Bigger Than Beauty. For every product purchased, Thrive Cosmetics donates to help women thrive. And these are women emerging from housing insecurity, surviving intimate partner abuse, fighting cancer, and so many other causes that affect primarily women, but they really are just looking out for the betterment of their community. It's really great.
And now is a great time to try Thrive Cosmetics for yourself. Right now, you can get 15% off your first order when you visit thrivecosmetics.com/gals, GALS. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/gals for 15% off your first order, and treat your makeup.
Trade up.
So, I love any opportunity to go back in time.
The way, way back machine.
Or go to the moon, apparently, on this podcast. So today I am talking about Arthur Conningham, Australian cricket player,
Oh my God.
fraudster, and winner of the most rideable mustache award photo on the drive.
Oh my God.
Look at it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
She
Climb
thick.
Whoa.
Olabard.
Wow.
Olabard.
It's like he's got two bow ties on.
It looks
lush.
It's lush. It looks like, you know, those really hard bristle scrub brushes.
Yeah, to like
Looks
clean
like
your
one-
porch.
Yeah. It looks like one of those of like a push broom.
Yes.
Ugh.
Thick.
Anyway, love it. Anyway, he was born on July 14th, 1863, 54 years before Our Lady Helen. Arthur was a Cancer through and through. He was eccentric, and that earned him a bit of a reputation, as well as kept him out of some of the higher brow sports ball circles. One such hater was quoted to have said that Arthur had the, quote, audacity and cunning of an ape and the modesty of a phallic symbol.
Wait, say that again.
The audacity and cunning of an ape and the modesty of a phallic symbol.
Amanda's epitaph on her grave.
Yeah, do it after my own heart. He was a naturally athletic person who played not only cricket, but ran track, shot clay pigeons, crushed at billiards, was an avid swimmer, rower, and rugby player. And he was such a good swimmer, in fact, that he once won a medal for jumping into the Thames to save the life of a drowning child.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. Arthur also had Kenyon's mom vibes in the many jobs that he held throughout his lifetime, including chemist.
VHS repair.
Yeah, VHS repair, pilot's license.
Yep.
I can't.
Did she really have a
delivery.
VHS repair?
Newspaper delivery.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Pull
God.
tabs.
Mm-hmm.
God bless
God.
her.
Complainer extraordinaire.
Hey, I'd have a lot to complain about too if I had to work that many shifts.
True.
So he worked as a chemist, a tobacconist, a hairdresser, and a bookmaker.
Oh, my God.
Jesus
He
Christ.
did have quite the...
He's all over the place.
There's no joining thread. I'm obsessed. So now I don't know anything about cricket.
Neither do I.
I don't care to know anything about cricket.
You know
But
more
this-
about teratomas than cricket now.
At this point, I do. But this is Sportsball Crimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to give you the most bare minimum breakdown of this sport, mostly to pad this case. I got this from WikiHow. Please refrain from asking any clarifying or follow-up questions because I am telling you right now, I don't fucking know.
Cricket
Perfect.
is fucking batshit.
It's
Get it?
so bad shit.
Get it?
Yeah, I got it.
No.
This is like, because they use a bat
Oh,
for cricket.
just didn't even know
this
that.
is like when I tried to explain bridge,
Mm-hmm.
but somehow more complicated. And I'm higher now than I was when I tried to explain bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So just please, I'm begging you.
Oh, we will ask all the questions. Don't you worry.
Cricket is played on a large oval-shaped field with a rectangular strip in the center called the pitch. The pitch is where the bowler, or pitcher, bowls the ball, but in the air, to the other team's striker, or batter. Areas of the
he
pitch...
bowls
The ball
or he
in the air.
throws it.
They don't call it pitching. They call it bowling, because I think it's underarm pitching.
But it's still throwing the ball.
I know. It's just, this fucking sport makes no sense. It's so stupid. Okay. Areas of the pitch are divided into segments by lines called creases. There are 4 creases. The popping crease,
Ish.
which marks the boundary beyond which the batter is no longer safe from being run out.
I hate it.
You don't. The popping crease marks the boundary by which the batter is no longer safe.
Safe.
Yeah. Euphemism.
2 return creases run parallel to the long sides of the pitch, 1 on each side, back from the popping crease to the end of the pitch. I am also lost. This game is fucking stupid.
The popping crease sounds like just a fart.
Yeah.
My crease
I hate
popped.
it.
So there's an oval, there's a rectangle, and then there are a bunch of different lines.
Yup. Okay, nailing it. The bowling crease runs parallel to the popping crease between the two return creases, dividing the area behind the popping crease into two rectangular sections.
So there's a big rectangle, and then there are two smaller rectangles within it.
The bowler must stand at or behind the bowling crease to bowl. There are also wickets, which is a structure made from 3 stakes called stumps, driven into the ground.
You don't have to name every single thing.
Called buds, with 2 cross pieces called bails to set on grooves between each pair of them. In most cases, a batsman whose wicket loses a bail for being struck with the ball is out. So defending the wickets is an important part of offensive play. Wickets should be
offensive.
set 28.5
Defending
inches
the
high.
wickets is an important part of the offense. Jesus. The fuck?
Not even Queen of Sports over here gets it.
I did, when we
Wickets.
moved to South Africa, I bought Zach cricket for dummies because he thought he was
Ish.
going to get into cricket. And then we got
No.
there and he was like, I
Absolutely
hate
not.
this.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Wickets should be at least 28.5 inches high with a total width of 9 inches across the 3 stumps. Wickets are placed so that the center stump of each wicket is in the center of the bowling crease, with the 2 other stumps equidistant on either side of it along the crease. 1 wicket is set up on each bowling crease for a total of 2 on the pitch.
Imagine being the first guy being like, guys, could a depressed person do this?
Do this. It's cones of fucking Dunshire. It's so absurd. Batters stand in front of their wickets during play. The goal of cricket is to score runs, like baseball, by running from one point to another before the play can be ended, or you're run out by the fielding team. These fucking wickets are a central part of cricket. One of the chief ways to out a batsman is to knock
Tell everyone he's gay.
Oh, yes. One or both of the bails off his wicket with the ball, which is called breaking the wicket. But there are several other ways to out a batsman.
I literally don't even know. Okay. You've got the pitcher on the pitch who's not called a pitcher, is called a bowler. They don't bowl the ball, they throw the ball in the air to somebody with a bat.
The batsman.
I'm not even trying to make sense of this. This is just this is a different
batsman
language.
Is defending wickets.
Okay. Oh, so the pitcher.
There's wickets behind the pitcher and the batsman.
Okay, so it's it's opposite day.
Mm-hmm.
The bowler, the pitcher, is the one on offense.
So yeah, the pitcher wants to knock the batter's wicket, break the batter's wicket,
And
but the batter also wants to break the pitcher's wicket.
And the batter is the defense.
Right, but there's also ways to get out that are like baseball. Like if a batter hits the ball and then someone in the outfield catches it in the air, they're out. Just like baseball. It's really fucking weird.
That is weird.
It's really fucking weird.
I can't care about this.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. There's so much more. Here we go. Just kidding. The batsman is out if they touch the ball with any hand not already holding the bat for handling the ball. So it's like soccer. You can't touch it with your hands. Unless you're like, it's been batted and now you're catching it in the outfield. Like the batter can't try to catch it and then like throw it. He has to hit it with his bat. Unless the fielding team has given them permission first to handle the ball, because consent is key. Did I mention I hate this game? Cool. Here's another confusing way that you can get out. When a batsman tries to use their bat or body to swat away a ball already in play, usually in defense of their wicket, or interferes with the efforts of the fielding team to get the ball back to the pitch and get an out, they are taken out for obstructing the field.
Isn't that their job?
I know. However, running so that the batsman's body is between the fielder holding the ball and the batsman's wicket is legal. If the striker hits the ball twice on a bowl for any reason except to scoot it away from their wicket, they will be called out. Hitting the ball twice to confound fielders or attempt a better score is strictly forbidden. When one batsman is called out, if the next batsman doesn't arrive on the field to take their place within 2 minutes, they are considered timed out. So I would just time myself out every round.
They gotta, make sure that all of their sweater vests are in place.
I know it's painful. So that's just one small taste of the vast WikiHow, and I can't take this anymore. So that's all I'm going to say about cricket.
I will say about cricket that some games, some matches can last up to 5 days.
No. No, it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, it's absolutely the worst sport ever invented. Without question. Like, hunting people is better than this. For sport.
Yeah, the Hunger Games makes way more sense. Than
Way more
cricket.
sense. I'd rather participate in the Hunger Games than in cricket.
Somebody, I don't know, was it Dickens? I was just listening to some Victorian podcast, of course. And
Go figure.
somebody said that they had gone to like, Eton or some like Brocklehurst or like some kind of crazy boarding school, and they had to play cricket, and it was just miserable. Like, it just had a miserable childhood, whatever. And then they went into the trenches during World War I, and what they said about it was, at least there's no cricket.
Oh, no.
So it's not just
See?
us.
Yeah.
Wow. Unbelievable. So Arthur was a gifted cricketer and made a big name for himself when he played a game in Melbourne in 1894 in which he took a wicket with his first ball. So he knocked those stupid little sticks off the other stupid bigger sticks in his first pitch.
That was good for him.
Yeah, which was great. And this was like the first bowl of the game. So it was like a whole big, exciting thing. He played in 35 first-class matches, scored 896 runs, fucked up 112 wickets, and was just generally a great cricket player. His eccentricity stood out especially while fielding, which is arguably the most boring position. During one match, he got so cold and bored while hanging in the outfield that he just started gathering twigs and dried grass and just built a tiny fire to warm himself right there in the outfield.
Oh my God.
I love him. Am I allowed to love him?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay.
He's not, I mean, yes. This was met with laughter and jeers from the crowd, and a couple fans ran out into the field with hot baked potatoes for him to hold to warm up.
Okay, that sounds lovely. Gathering
I know.
I love gathering twigs.
Love, and then lighting them on fire, and then having people just run out of nowhere with baked potatoes
Yeah.
to warm and feed you. This is my
Heaven.
dream.
Don't forget the
Yeah.
sour cream.
Oh, yum. So obviously this spectacle was frowned upon by the overseers of such a refined sport. And his cricket career burned out in 1898 after only 4 exciting years. Without his means of employment and with a wife at home to support and some kiddos, Arthur had to come up with a way to make that paper. Arthur was an Anglican and his wife Alice, a Catholic. It kept things spicy. And Alice attended St. Mary's Cathedral in Sydney every Sunday, led in worship by Cardinal Moran. This is a very Irish church set up in Melbourne. Arthur decided he would try to blackmail the church out of $5,000 by sending a letter to the cathedral stating that Cardinal Moran's private secretary, Dennis O'Hannon, had an affair with his wife Alice, and if they didn't pay up, he would tell the whole world about this egregious
So
misconduct.
he's just playing with his wife's reputation,
Well,
to-
now,
blackmail.
A priest.
well, we don't actually quite know because some reports say that this was a complete lie and that Arthur was just like extorting the church. But many other reports say that Arthur really did catch his wife cheating on him with this man. And either way, though, he wanted to capitalize on the situation. Like, he's not getting a divorce. He's extorting the church for money because he's broke. So he's not doing a great thing, either way.
Right.
And Alice, doesn't want to get divorced and wants in on the
She's
scam.
Catholic.
Yeah. So she she either agreed to confess or played along with the scam, whatever you choose to believe, and actually claimed that their third child, Vincent, was actually Dennis O'Hannon's baby. To Arthur's dismay, the church flat out ignored the letters he sent entirely.
That's what they've been doing for centuries.
Yeah.
They're like, this accusation doesn't make us bat an eye.
That old chestnut.
Oh, sexual
See
misconduct.
some of the shit we've done.
That old chestnut.
Oh, and an adult who could consent? This is an easy one.
Yeah.
Toss it in the pile. Arthur escalated the situation by suing, basically it's like suing, but there was a criminal charge for this, so you still would just turn them into the police, but it's more for jail time and a little bit of money than anything else. But anyway, he basically takes this guy to court for committing adultery, which was like an actual illegal thing in Australia that could get you like prison time in the early 1900s. So in court, Alice laid it on thick, likely coached by Arthur. She went full 50 Shades in that courtroom, regaling jurors with their alleged sexploits all over the cathedral, in the sacristy, the cardinal's hall, the waiting room, the presbytery, and that this was a regular Friday night tradition for Alice and Dennis, scheduled on Fridays so that Dennis could go to confession on Saturday and absolve himself of his sultry sins.
So handy.
I know.
I love it.
It's brilliant. So this trial became an immediate sensation because sex sells, and it always has. So this story just exploded all over Australia.
All over its face.
Yeah. Writer Cyril Pearl's publication, Wild Men of Sydney, termed it, quote, as bitter and shameful a sectarian conflict as ever inflamed Australia.
All right.
Catholics were scandalized to disgust over the allegations brought forth by Arthur and Alice, turning this situation from your average extramarital affair to what was perceived as a full-on assault against the very foundation of the Catholic faith.
And Australia was, I'm guessing, still a British...
I believe so.
So-
Well, I mean, late 1800s, early 1900s? Maybe not. Maybe
I
they
don't
had
know.
gained independence at that
But
point.
I'm guessing
not
the
sure.
Protestants and the Anglicans had a little more power than the Catholics. Okay.
That would be my guess as well. But Arthur soon found himself in over his head as this case grew, especially since his own lawyer removed himself from representing the Conynghams after discovering that Arthur and Alice were still, quote, sharing a bed. It's not clear to me if he walked off because he realized this was a complete scam and ethically didn't feel like he could represent them anymore, or if he was just so put off by the weakness of Arthur for taking back his allegedly cheating wife that he couldn't stand to represent him anymore. But either way, Arthur ended up representing himself in court, which is always a good situation and has historically never gone wrong.
Yeah, we only have one bed.
Yeah.
There's no IKEA yet. It's hard to get a bed.
It's the 1800s. So now on his own, under a media spotlight, Arthur needed all the help he could get, and an ally presented himself. William Dill Mackey, Protestant president of the local Orange Order.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
What is an Orange Order?
Right. The Protestants were pretty psyched that the Catholics were in the hot seat here and looking like absolute trash. So William was a perfect candidate to assist Arthur. This is from cricketweb.net.
So the only connection is that this guy used to play cricket.
Pretty much, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's the only thing about sports. I understood the
We
assignment.
have
I did it.
hardly touched on sports.
I touched so much on sports. Are you kidding?
Yeah,
I explained
she went
cricket.
in depth.
Yeah.
I
I
covered
explained it
wickets.
Tried to block that out.
perfectly. Yeah.
It's 5
Yeah,
minutes
just-
of my
yeah,
life I
I
can
know.
never get back.
I got it. This is from cricketweb.net, my new favorite website. Quote, the battle lines had been drawn and the plot became murkier. An anonymous Catholic priest contacted Conyngham under the pseudonym Zero.
Oh my God.
For reasons never made clear, he hated Dennis O'Hannon, and during the trial helped Conyngham concoct a variety of attacks on him. The most dangerous was the theory that if a priest admitted a sin at confession, he could deny it later.
Oh.
The implication was clear and seemed to many Catholics as confirmation of their fears. The theory would become the basis of a long-running newspaper debate between Dill Mackey and local Catholic clergy.
So
End
now
quote.
they're just spewing conspiracy theories that look, these priests can just confess and then
Yep.
they can lie and say that it never happened.
Mhm. So it basically turned into like an attack on the Catholic faith and the
Right.
Catholic Church. And it was a pile-on. And like, in my opinion, this hurt Arthur's case despite an all-Protestant jury. So after much delegation and over 5,000 people gathering outside waiting for an announcement, the jury could not reach a verdict and a mistrial was called. A new jury was assembled for a retrial, and this time Cardinal Moran called in some influential friends who who helped him identify Zero, the disgruntled Catholic priest who wrote the letters to Arthur. And these influential allies then impersonated Zero and wrote additional letters to Arthur, feeding him misinformation that then made him look like a fool in court. Mm-hmm. And the second trial ended with all charges against Dennis O'Hannon and the church thrown out.
So was Zero an actual disgruntled Catholic priest?
In the first place, I believe so.
Okay.
But then they figured out who he was, probably, the covert Catholic brigade, figured out who he was, told him to fuck off, but then with details
Fed him
linked
bad.
to his identity, could use...
Pretended to be him.
Exactly. Impersonate him and send bad info and make this guy look like a fucking idiot. They basically, it's like a jailhouse informant turning on...
Make sure you bring up the 13th commandment.
Right.
Yeah.
So it didn't work out. Dennis walked free. Whether or not this affair ever happened, it didn't matter because Arthur and Alice left Australia. At that point, they were like, well, we gotta go. And went to New Zealand to escape the aftermath of this botched trial. Penniless and adrift, working as a bookmaker and still clinging to his cricket fame by using a satchel to carry his books with a large embroidery on it reading, Conningham the Cricketer.
Okay.
It's like, I'm still wearing my leather jacket in my 50s.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
I peaked in high school energy coming out right there. So Arthur spiraled into a gambling addiction and spent at least one stint in jail for, quote, fraudulent conversion of 3.5 pounds, which, according to Google, means the action of taking into possession another man's money or property and converting or using them fraudulently for one's own use and benefit, or for the use and benefit of a third party to whom the property of money does not belong.
What's the 3.5 pound? What is that number? I don't
He
get it.
fraudulently converted 3.5 pounds.
So I'm guessing he somehow got 3.5 pounds from somebody, like maybe he was going to place a bet on their behalf or something. And let's say he did. And then he told the person, oh, no, you lost your money. Like your bet didn't work out. And then he either kept it or the bet did work and he kept the proceeds.
That's like not a lot of money, is it?
Well, back
But
then
probably
it
not.
probably
I mean,
was. I don't
and
know.
when you're like destitute,
Don't make me go to time money converter.
I won't.
it's fine. It doesn't matter. He went to jail for it for a hot minute.
Time
In
money
an ironic
converter.
twist, after getting out of jail, he was caught cheating on his wife Alice with a woman that I could only see referenced as Mrs. Ryman. Alice was pissed and admitted to pointing a gun at Arthur, and he also accused her of breaking a water bottle, like a glass water bottle, over his head.
Amazing.
But she denied this, and the accusation was ultimately thrown out in what was now his court case on the charge of adultery.
They had a
God.
great marriage.
He was found guilty and famously quoted in the news saying, "In Sydney, my wife said she did, so said she cheated. And a jury said she didn't. In Wellington, I said I didn't, but a jury said I did."
Poetic.
Right?
Oh, how the turntables have turned.
Alice petitioned for divorce in 1912, 5 years before Helen was born, which was granted, and Arthur returned to Australia. Little is known about the remainder of Arthur's life, though it was likely fraught with mental decline, bankruptcy, and visits to jail for petty crimes. That much we do know. Ultimately, Arthur was admitted to Gladesville Mental Hospital in 1937 and remained there until he died in 1939 at the age of 76.
Wow.
Well, he lived hard, he cricketed hard, and he...
Cunningham the cricketer.
He
Tried
really
hard.
knocked down those wickets.
Yeah, he fucking crushed those wickets. And that's my case,
Wow.
friends.
Well
Nice.
done. We learned so much about sports ball.
I hated every minute of it.
And
It
homunculi.
sucked the whole time. Oh, my little homunculus.
And little balls with teeth inside. So
Hashtag
maybe
little
it should just be
balls.
called balls crimes.
Balls crimes.
Yeah.
All right.
A little bit of everything crimes.
Balls to the wall. We love you all.
See you next week.
Oh, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Wine and Crime. Our cover art is by Kala Yip, music by Phil Young and Corey Wendell, editing by Jonathan Camp. Check out our website and blog at wineandcrimepodcast.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wine and Crime Pod. If you have questions, answers, or recommendations to share, email us at wineandcrimepodcast@gmail.com. Episodes are available on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, basically wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And if you like the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts. It is the best way to spread the word. If you'd like to show your support, visit our Patreon page to keep this podcast and the wine flowing. Cheers!